Hey there, Salad fam! Welcome back to the YouTube channel, and just like that, we got ourselves another episode from Crabada featuring their latest battle mode concepts that take all the essence of the idle game that we have been so familiar with and fusing it together with some good old-fashioned PvP action. So now in this video, we're going to be talking about in detail about how you go about leveling up your crabs, how their energy system is like, the food system as well that determines their performance within the mining or looting expeditions, and your expected earnings per day when it comes to Crabada tokens or treasure under the sea known as TUS. As always, stay calm, keep building. We have seen this story before, and at the end of the day, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Hey there, Salad fam, welcome to today's video, and today we are going to be talking about all the necessary basics when it comes to Crabada. Now, in the previous video, we showcased how you could set up your crabs in the battle mode and how to get started as we were figuring out bits and pieces of what the game is actually like. But after playing this game for a couple of days, I am now well equipped to give all the newer players a full understanding of everything there is to do within this battle mode version of the game. So essentially, what we have here within the Crabada icon, of course, is going to be your selection of Crabadas. Now, if you notice here at the top right-hand corner of each of the crabs, all right, you will notice a lightning bolt symbol with a number that actually refers to their daily energy count. So these energy bubbles, all right, as they call them, will give each crab 24 to spend on a daily basis. Now, if you go and mine within the mine zones, all right, if you go and mine, that will cost a crab 4 energy bubbles, all right. However, if you were to go and loot another mine in progress, you will only spend 1 energy bubble, all right. So that is the major difference. So we did some very basic calculation. If you win within the mining zone, that means if you successfully defend an attack, you are going to get your 3.75 CRA tokens and with the materials as well, etc. However, if you are actually able to successfully loot, all right, 4 different mines with that team, you are going to gain a lot more earnings, all right? Because if you check it out here, if we actually claim this, that is 2.25, all right? So for 1 energy bubble, you multiply that by 4, and that is going to be a ton of materials and a ton of CRA that you can collect as compared to 3.75, all right? So you're not going to win all your looting expeditions, but you can get a very high win rate if you choose carefully, all right? So we lost this one, and by losing, you actually gain a very, very small amount. However, you will get a very decent amount of seashells, crystal shells, I believe, as they call them. So it is still not too bad to loot and lose all, right? However, if you are able to just win 1, all right, of those looting expeditions, that's going to be a whole different ballgame altogether, all right? So, for example, again, when we head over to the adventure mode, now this is the portion of the game where you can actually participate against the PvE environment, and this will ultimately give you experience points and also the crystal shells to level them up. You notice that for this boy over here, he is level 4, and I have a level 2 gem. These are all the primes, by the way, and we also have a level 2 prime as well, all right? So basically, in order to get more crystal shells to level up your crabs, you will need to take part in the adventure mode. And if you find yourself stuck, that's where you actually go to the mining zone. So within the mining zone itself, all you will need to do is to choose a team by putting in your front line. And basically what I have here are 2 sets of teams, all right? This team, unfortunately, they do not have a very strong skill set. The tank has an AoE damage skill, which doesn't do a lot of damage. And then I have another prime here that does lifesteal attacks, so they're not really good. And to be honest, they haven't been able to successfully loot most mining expeditions, so I don't really bother to use them for the looting. And most of the time they will lose within the mining expedition, all right? So I just try to burn their energy as much as possible. You can see now they are in denominations of 4. So we got 8, which essentially means that they would be able to go for 2 more mining runs after this, all right? You notice that here again, this fella here, he's on 8 energy, this fella's on 8 energy, and this fella's on 8 energy. To wrap up the day before 8 a.m. tomorrow, they would just need to go for 2 more mining runs. However, I am trying to utilize the other core teams because they are a lot stronger and they gain a lot more success with looting, all right? So let's say, for example, this team, all right? This looks like a good team to fight. And I'm actually going to use my prime team, my Order of the Lux team. 2 primes and 1 gem, all right? And they should be good enough to beat them. And we're going to be seeing that unfold right now, all right? So the major difference, of course, is that we're going up a team that is all level 1, all right? Don't forget that for our Solana Hammer, Bitcoin Crab at the back, he is level 4. Everbeam, this Bitcoin, or rather this Prime Crab rather, is level 2, and the gem is level 2 as well. We just got a big crit right there, so that's not going to help matters, but his tank is going down pretty fast as well. We just need to survive the Earth Split and hopefully take 1 more skill damage away. We got some shields up. I don't know whether that can hold. That's not going to happen. However, this is the good part, right? If we are able to use the Everbeam, all right, on a full health opponent, that's going to swing the battle in our favor, all right? That Ruin at the back might be giving us a little bit of trouble, but I'm hoping that I can take down this fella here with the next hit. I can't. Okay, so this does not look good. And we really did suffer from that critical strike, right? That was very, very unfortunate. Now, the only way that we can turn this around is that if our fella actually goes first, but he does not. Oh, he doesn't kill him. He is screwed. There goes the Solana Hammer. And there you go. GG. Just a fingernail of health there. And to be very, very honest, if he did not survive that attack, that would have been game over. But because he was level 4, he had enough hit points to give us the win. All right, tremendous. So again, there you go. Within the active loot itself, that is the win that is registered. And we are just churning out the energy bit by bit. So you can see that they have already gone for 4 runs only. All right, as compared to the other group that has already mined a few mining expeditions. So their energy takes a little bit longer to consume. And as the day goes by and I'm dealing with my other stuff here at work, I usually run them on mining expeditions towards the end of the day to burn that energy. Now, what we are on the lookout for is a team from the Sunken and Craboid groups. All right, the Trench and also the Machine Core. All right, because that's going to give our Ruined a very significant advantage. All right, so usually what I recommend is to try and scroll down and see who you can come across. If you don't find anybody, just feel free to back out. Go back into the zone again. And this, by right, should be refreshing. Okay, so I am not 100% sure whether they are performing the refreshes, but this is definitely one way to go about it so that you can properly earn through the loots. All right, so don't be lazy about this part, guys. Okay, great. Hopefully this guy is not being attacked right now, all right, because we're going to do very well against him. Okay, so unfortunate, you see. That's when the mine has already been looted, and then it goes for a refresh. And then we go ahead for the scrolling once more. We are watching out for all the higher level opponents. There's like a level 2 here. More level 2s here as well. So in a moment, we are going to be talking about what does this bar at the bottom mean. That is actually their food bar. And it is actually a reflection of their stats, all right? So you know what? For the sake of this video, I am going to try to loot this level 16 because the crabs are very hungry. And we will see whether they actually hit for less, all right? Because depending on how hungry a crab is... Oh, wow. That did not happen at all. That guy just hit for 1512. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah. We're at the same level. He started with a critical strike. Okay, you see, the way they're hitting me is very similar to a level 1 or to a level 2 because they are hungry. Now, the hungrier the crab is, the less of its fighting potential it can give in the game, all right? So let me just give you an example. Let's say a level 12 crab has only 20% of his food capacity filled, all right? He is, in fact, going to be only level 3 in the game, all right? They will take that percentage and they will divide it. So that's how it's going to work. it looks like we're in all sorts of trouble, even though we do have the class advantage. I think I might have suffered a couple of crits here and there. I am not very, very sure. But at 971, this guy is hitting really, really hard, and that's probably because he has the attack up. This fella, of course, he doesn't have his skill move yet. He might be able to finish him off here. I don't think it's going to be enough. Wow, look at that. He had like a fingernail of health left. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Again, we went up against a full level 6 team, but we were able to go toe-to-toe with them, all right? So if you take a look at this guy, for example, he's 20% of 60, 12 out of 60. So that means he is actually only level 2, all right? 6 divided by 5 per se. So maybe he could have been level 3 no, he's level 2, all right? So they rounded up, all right? So 6 divided by 5 is 1 point something. And this fella is like about, I don't know, just under 30%. So he could be level 2 as well. And this guy is definitely level 2, all right? So basically, it was a full level 2 team against my level 2 and level 1 and level 1. So that gave me a good chance to play. So in order for you to make sure that your crabs are always fully fed, all right, you have 2 options. You can click on this food icon, and you can feed them with the fries, which is unlimited, and they will cost you 65 TUS each. However, what I do recommend is to simply purchase a sandwich by going to the inventory, clicking on the sandwich itself, and crafting them. So you only really need to craft like about 18 sandwiches a day based on my team, all right? I have 9 crabs. So I feed them twice a day, and that should be sufficient, okay? I don't run full looting expeditions for the other 2 main teams. So if you think about it, I may give them about 8 looting expeditions. So that's 8 times 2, that's 16. And then that will have them left on 16 energy and 4 mining runs, all right? So each mining expedition and each looting expedition costs 2 food. So 4 times 2, 8. 8 plus 16 is 24. And each sandwich will give 10 energy. So that's about 20 energy restored, all right? So thereabouts, all right? Thereabouts. You need to feed them twice or 3 times a day. And the rest of it can actually be converted into TUS, which is what I'm going to do right now to showcase to you guys. The lowest number of materials that we got apparently is this red coral, so that's we can only exchange 7 sets of the TUS, so that brings us to 357, all right? And again, when we come back here, they cannot cross below the threshold. If not, they are going to be performing less, all right? They're going to be not performing to their full potential. So just click on the food icon, click on the sandwich, feed, and he is definitely feeling a lot better now. What I'm thinking is that because I'm putting my trash team into the mining expedition, right, there is actually no need for me to feed them anymore, which is this fella, and this fella. So I will officially stop feeding them, and I will only feed the ones that I am going to be using for my looting expeditions, all right? So you can see I got about 5 left. Everybody is very clear off the board. This guy is 6 and above, so I should feed him again, right? So that's the gist of it, really, okay? So every time, once you are done, just claim your rewards, go back and loot again. You have to be very diligent with this if you want to make sure you burn your energy bubbles with your 2 or 1 main team that is going to be looting throughout the day. If you have more teams that are going to be looting, you have to be more diligent in coming back. But if you find yourself running out of time and it's getting closer to 8 a.m. The next day, what you want to do is to burn your energy as fast as possible by sending them for the mining expeditions. Or if you have a couple of trash teams that cannot really loot people effectively, that is where these options will come into play, all right? Just put them down there. They will lose. You will claim a nice small amount, and that's all there is when it comes to the battle mode. Now, we'll be finding out more in the future about like meta style and how to go about clearing the adventure mode. I think that what will be fun is that since we got everybody here, I'm gonna try and put up a different team to see whether we can outperform them, all right? So what I want to do, right, is to get this whole group here to try and target this tank and bring it down as fast as possible. And damage-wise, we don't look good, right? The pincer quality is only at 17k, so I'm thinking that's because the gem has very, very low attack power. I'm really not that sure, but we're just gonna try our luck and see, because we've been hitting this wall for a long time already, and we can only level them up if we have the crystal shells, and that is through the looting and all that. Now, that stun is going to be huge, obviously, because it's going to make him miss a turn. He's not going to hit for much, so that's not going to be a big concern to us anyway, but we'll take any sort of damage reduction. All right, and the crits are coming in very hard now as well, which has set up very, very nicely for us in this early stage. Now, the big question here is, can we take him down with the Crescent Crush? We cannot. So this is very bad news, because the Solana Hammer is in fact going to drop down onto him with a fingernail of health there, and that is completely wasted. At least he has taken both the Lucent Beams, all right? He has taken both the Lucent Beams from the 2 primes at the back, which is going to be huge, because now it's going to be a case of melee attacks, all right? It's going to be a bit of a back and forth now between our 2 primes against his 2 primes, and I dare say that we may finally come out on top here thanks to the criticals that we had early on, all right? Again, it was unfortunate that the Solana Hammer went into the opponent tank, but I really think we have enough in our locker to see off this win. All right, he's going to hit once more, and he's going to have his Ever Beam up, or Solana Hammer up after this. It's going to drop down, and there you go. That's the win. All right, so that's your adventure mode right there. And for every star that you claim per level, you are going to get 100 experience points and 100 crystal shells, all right? So obviously, we're not going to be going to level 7 anytime soon. That's already at 22,000, so that's very scary already. Although now that there are 2 tanks there, I kind of feel like we might be able to finish off this team a little bit better. But if you go back into your Crabada pool, for example, you will notice that I have 612, which is why I want to make sure that my stunning crab, Bitcoin Ice, Solana Pincer. This guy is really my bread and butter, because I love how the stun can come into play and turn games around. He is the one that I'm leveling up very aggressively, and we spend 200 TUS in that process as well, which is not much, because as you know, for the claiming of the materials, you can easily get 200 TUS by putting just 4 of that material sets together. All right, so with that, a very, very simple understanding, once more, coming together with the energy bubbles, the food system, and how to get everything sorted out in adventure mode, and to go about with your mining as well. Currently, right now, this team is earning on average about 60 CRA a day. All right, 3 teams, 60 CRA a day. And recently, yesterday, in fact, we earned about 5,000 TUS, all right, while creating sandwiches at the same time. So that doesn't really amount to a crazy number at the moment, but as always, we are still building here, and we are very excited to see how far this game can go, because personally, it is very, very enjoyable. It is very relaxing, and you just need to come back every now and then to make sure that you diligently send them off to the mining expeditions or to the looting expeditions and claim back the rewards all at the same time. We'll see you for the next Crabada video. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed the video, and of course all the details regarding Crabada's latest battle mode. Now, if you have any inquiries in regards to how to better understand the game, do drop a comment down below, and we will see whether we have the answers to those questions. Now, of course, we would love to hear from you in regards to what other games, what other play-to-earn games Salad Ventures should be looking out for. And as always, for the growth of the channel, your subscription and a big thumbs up will always be appreciated. Take care for now, and my friends, remember to stay calm and keep building, and follow us right here as we enjoy our journey within Game 5 with Salad Ventures.